there's still a Christopher Columbus Day. I don't really appreciate that. I mean, when we can have someone who basically committed a mass genocide have a national holiday, I don't think one of the greatest civil rights leaders of all time, if not the greatest civil rights leader of all time, should have their holiday changed.
I think it's a statement that with what's going on in our country today, we definitely didn't need. I think it was a disgrace, actually, and I very much oppose that.
After being informed that they included Robert E. Lee in it, that seems very strange. Definitely would only happen in a southern state. I don't know all of the reasons behind them doing it. I think there should be a Great Americans Day, but maybe including different Americans that wouldn't have a beliefs that would have opposed Martin Luther King's would have been more appropriate.
Gotcha. Well, anytime in a state like that, when they do stuff like that, it's just a cover-up not to give credit. And they try to use a technique whereby they lump stuff under the carpet so we don't get exactly. As time goes on, they will push the name completely to the side and that will just die off. They've been doing that for a long time. This is another, way of pushing MLK. When you start talking about 2, 3, 4 generations down the line, the name MLK will just slowly just die down, and it will be just Great American Day. And that's the goal, and they've done that too for a long time. Nothing new that they've done. It's just another. They always use different packages, so we have to be conscious of how they package things and throw it under the rug. Right.
I feel like they did the right thing because I feel like they wanted to honor more than one person because a lot of great people did a lot of great things, not just like Martin Luther King. So I feel like they made that so like it would, bring out everybody's like talents and stuff that they all, to show that everybody did something.
Mississippi, they changed MLK Day to Great Americans Day. What are your thoughts or feelings on that as well?
It just seems a little uncalled for. I definitely think Dr. King deserves his own holiday. I think that this shouldn't be overshadowed or overlooked in any kind of way as to why it was founded in the first place.
Other people, but I think by including some of those other people on his day, like they did different things and he contributed in a different way, and so I think that's kind of like lessening the importance of what he did and the fact that he had his own day.
Right.
I believe MLK Day is like a national day of service and a national day of recognizing to do greater good. So I don't understand the point of adding National Americans Day. It doesn't really add nothing to the day.
It takes away his achievements as an African American leader in today's society.
Not that.
That's a tough one for me. We've had the same Constitution forever, and there's a lot of resistance to change, and yet something and someone so powerful that really changed the way we live as Americans, I would say we should honor that for a lifetime.
Honestly, I feel like MLK was more about changing the way people thought and changing actual action. So thinking about a day named after him, I feel like you'd be more into, name it whatever you want, but name it that way, and then we can talk about actual change, or talk about things to further whatever it is, not isolating someone by race or anything like that, just being like, advance everybody, because everybody can be taken, I feel like race isn't what you put someone, feel like they're below someone else. So forgetting about race, forgetting about how much money you make, forgetting about everything like that, being like, everybody wants to succeed, everybody wants a fair chance. So I feel like those conversations would be more his cup of tea than naming a day after him.
I personally feel like he, more than anyone, deserves his own personal day. I mean, it's something that, we as a society sometimes try to push back. We've been growing, and I think Obama's presidency has allowed us to grow when it comes to racial division. But lately I feel like we've been taking a couple steps backwards, and Mississippi doing that actually is contributing to taking those steps backwards. So.
All right, great.
I don't honestly like it. mainly because we're not going around changing Christopher Columbus Day or any other day, and there are many important things that occurred in a lot of those days as well. And I feel like this is more of a struggle for power or to try and destroy the quote-unquote social/cultural barriers that are created by stating that it is Martin Luther King's day. But it is his day because it was largely significant in the lives of many people then and today.
Biloxi, Mississippi, they changed their MLK Day to Great Americans Day. What are your thoughts on that?
I've never heard about that, but I would say no.
All right, great.
I mean, unfortunately, we still have, pockets of this country who still refuse to kind of regard and revere, a lot of our heroes as they should be. So naturally, when you hear about certain things like that, it upsets you a little, but, that's just kind of a very small thing on the grand scale. So we just got to keep fighting and keep moving forward, regardless of who, changes what to what.
Thank you.
I think that's kind of cool. Like, I supported Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Like, he did a lot for this country, but the fact that they want to like incorporate other people who did a lot for this country as well is a good thing to me.
You say it's not, or?
No, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
on that.
MLK by himself, I think he is entitled to it. That's his day. It's. I feel that he did a wonderful job, and he really tried. He was very enlightened. He was one of the first leaders that was really enlightened as to what the condition is in the world and in our country. If he wants to share the table with other presidents or other leaders of that genre, that's fine with me. As far as I'm concerned, we have Lincoln, we have Washington, we have they all have a special day. So if that works out fine, great.